How troublesome can it be for a man to be too handsome? He is the only man in Chinese history who felt inferior because of his extreme handsomeness. Despite his extraordinary appearance, he had lofty ambitions. In an era of relentless warfare, he was a courageous leader, undefeated in battle. Yet, his good looks were ridiculed by enemies. Thus, he wore a fierce mask in every battle, turning into a nightmare for his adversaries, which became his greatest regret. He is Gao Changgong, the Lanling Wang, one of the four great beauties of ancient China. Lanling Wang, Gao Changgong, was born in 541 AD. His grandfather was Gao Huan, a powerful official in Dongwei. Initially destined to be an emperor, Lanling Wang's fate changed when his father Gao Cheng was assassinated before he could claim the throne, leading his uncle Gao Yang to become the founding emperor of Beiqi. Despite being born into the imperial family, Lanling Wang's upbringing was difficult. His mother, a woman without any historical record or even a surname, might have been a slave or a prisoner of war. In contrast, his younger brother Gao Yanzong's mother, Chen Shi, was a documented courtesan in Dongwei, suggesting Lanling Wang's mother had an even lower status. Perhaps due to his mother's low status, Gao Changgong was not well regarded and lived on the fringes of the Northern Qi royal family. While his brothers were quickly made kings, Gao Changgong was only appointed as Sanji Shelang when he was older, and it was only after Emperor Gao Ying ascended the throne that he was named the Prince of Lanling. Despite the Gao family's history of mental health issues, they were known for their good looks. Gao Huan was notably handsome, and Gao Cheng was also a striking man, with the Prince of Lanling, Gao Changgong, being no exception. Historical records describe Gao Changgong as having a gentle yet strong demeanor, a beautiful voice, and a fair complexion, almost resembling a woman. The Northern Qi, where the Prince of Lanling lived, was later known as the Beastly Dynasty, due to its political chaos. The Prince of Lanling, Gao Changgong, not only survived the political strife, but also grew in strength. He mastered military strategies and trained rigorously in martial arts, eventually becoming a prominent general in Northern Qi. In 563 AD, the Northern Zhou and Tuzhu forces united and attacked Northern Qi from Hangzhou, capturing over 20 cities and advancing towards Yinyang, putting Northern Qi in grave danger. Northern Qi sent General Duan Shao to counter the allied forces. Duan Shao ordered his troops to hold their position and ignore the provocations of the Northern Zhou forces, showing the same calmness as Gao Changgong. As the weather grew colder, the tide of battle turned. The Northern Zhou forces, unable to withstand the harsh winter, prepared to retreat. At this moment, the Northern Qi army, having held back for so long, mobilized in full force, attacking the retreating army. Gao Changgong led his troops into the heart of the enemy lines, fighting with unmatched ferocity. No one expected the delicately featured Gao Changgong to be so valiant in battle. The soldiers fought with all their might, resulting in a major defeat for the Northern Zhou forces. This battle made a name for Gao Changgong. Later, concerned that his handsome appearance lessened his intimidation, he had a fierce mask crafted. In every battle, he wore this mask, transforming into a demonic figure. In 564 AD, Northern Zhou's Yuanhu assembled an army of 100,000 to attack Qi. Luoyang was besieged. Gao Changgong, leading 500 cavalry, broke through the Northern Zhou encirclement and reached the gates of Jinyongcheng, signaling the city's defenders. However, clad in heavy armor with only their eyes visible, Gao Changgong and his cavalry's identity remained unclear. The defenders hesitated to trust them. Left with no choice, Gao Changgong removed his armor. Upon seeing the beautiful face of the Prince of Lanling revealed beneath the mask, the city's soldiers knew help had arrived. Their morale soared, and a barrage of arrows was launched, successfully breaking the siege of Jinyong. The Northern Zhou army fled, abandoning weapons and equipment over a 30-mile stretch from Mangshan to Gushui. The Battle of Mangshan greatly enhanced Gao Changgong as fame. To honor his bravery, his soldiers created the entry of the Prince of Lanling into battle, a song and dance imitating Gao Changgong wearing his mask and charging into battle. This piece became a cultural treasure in the history of Chinese drama, inspiring the origins of Peking Opera facial makeup, but was lost in China during the Tang Dynasty. Later, Gao Changgong served as the regional governor of Sizhou, Qingzhou, and Yingzhou. On July 3, 570 AD, he was appointed as the recorder of the Imperial Secretariat. On February 24, 571 AD, he was named Grand Commandant. In March, Yu Wenxian of Northern Zhou crossed the Huanghe at Longmen, while Right Prime Minister Hu Liguang retreated to Huagu. Yu Wenxian captured 5 newly constructed cities from Hu Liguang. Gao Changgong, along with Prime Minister Duan Shao and Right Prime Minister Hu Liguang, jointly attacked Qiaogu, leading troops to resist the Northern Zhou army and capturing Baigu city before withdrawing. In May 571 AD, Yu Wenhu of Northern Zhou sent Guo Rong, an army advisor, to build fortifications south of Yaoxiang city and west of Dinyang city. In June, Duan Shao besieged Dinyang city. Suffering from illness, Duan Shao said to Gao Changgong, "There are double moats on 3 sides of the city, leaving no path. I fear only the southeast road remains, and the enemy will surely attempt to break out there. We should select elite troops to guard this route to capture them." Gao Changgong then deployed over 1,000 strong soldiers in ambush at the southeast stream mouth. When the city's food supplies were exhausted, Yu Wenxian amassed all his forces for a rescue, but fearing Duan Shao, he not advance. Yang Fu led the remaining soldiers to break out of the city at night, but they were attacked and captured by Gao Changgong's ambush. For his various military achievements, Gao Changgong was conferred titles like Duke of Julu, Duke of Changle, Duke of Leping, Duke of Gaoyang, and others. The story of great achievements intimidating the ruler is an ancient one. The greater a person's accomplishments, the more dangerous their situation becomes. Several emperors of Northern Qi were naturally suspicious. After the Battle of Mangshan, the Northern Qi Emperor Galwei questioned Gao Changgong, "What if something unexpected happens when you rush into enemy lines like this?" Gao Changgong replied, "The affairs of the state are our family affairs. I do not think about this on the battlefield." However, Emperor Galwei became suspicious of Gao Changgong, especially after hearing soldiers sing the entry of the Prince of Lanling into battle, and began to harbor doubts about him. During the Battle of Dinyang, Gao Changgong replaced Duan Shao's position and led the troops, but he often accepted bribes and amassed wealth. His confidant Xiang Yuan asked him, "Why are you so greedy when entrusted with such a significant role by the court?" Gao Changgong did not respond. Xiang Yuan continued, "Is it because after your great victory at the Battle of Mangshan, you fear your accomplishments overshadow the ruler, and you want to lower your esteem?" Gao Changgong admitted it was true. Xiang Yuan warned, "If the court becomes suspicious of you, this will only make things worse, not avoid disaster." Weeping, Gao Changgong asked Xiang Yuan for advice, who suggested that since he already had military achievements and his reputation was too high, it would be best to feign illness and withdraw from state affairs. Gao Changgong followed this advice but couldn't successfully retire. Fearing being appointed as a general again when the court prepared to use troops against the Qi Dynasty, he lamented, "Why can't the carbuncle on my face emerge now?" and refused to seek treatment even when ill. In 573 AD, Emperor Galwei sent poisoned wine to Gao Changgong. Gao Changgong said to his wife, Princess Lanling of the Zheng clan, "I have been so loyal to the state. Why would the emperor send me poisoned wine?" Zheng replied, "Why not explain this to the emperor in person?" Gao Changgong responded, "How could the emperor possibly see me?" The Prince of Lanling drank the poison and died at the age of 33. He was posthumously named Grand Commandant and given the posthumous title of Wu. The Northern Qi, which lost Gao Changgong, fell to the Northern Zhou 4 years later. The Northern Qi Empire, which lasted only 28 years, disappeared into the mists of history. The Prince of Lanling's life was incompatible with the dark era of Northern Qi. While his uncles and brothers were indulgent, he maintained purity and refrained from desire. When Emperor Wu Chengdi Gaozhan acknowledged his bravery at the Battle of Mangshan by gifting him 20 beautiful women, he only symbolically took one. He was faithful to his wife Seng, spending a lifetime together. Not greedy for wealth, before drinking the poison, he burned all the land deeds of Lanling, relieving the people of their taxes. He was generous and magnanimous. Early in his career, when serving locally, a military officer, Yang Shushen, falsely accused him of corruption, leading to his demotion. Later, when Yang Shushen served under Gao Changgong, he did not seek revenge. Yang Shushen was shocked to be let off so easily. Seeing his fear, Gao Changgong had to reassure him with 20 military lashes, and the matter was settled. Gao Changgong loved his soldiers like his children, sharing hardships with the nobility. Even when he received fruits, he shared them with his soldiers. Such a nearly perfect person had a tragic fate, falling from the sky like a shooting star and wilting like an orchid after a brief bloom. As we reflect on the extraordinary life and times of the Prince of Lanling, Gao Changgong, we're left with a mix of admiration and intrigue. His story, a blend of valor and vulnerability, beauty and battle, truly captivates the essence of a historical legend. But what are your thoughts on this enigmatic figure? Do you think his handsomeness was a blessing or a curse in such turbulent times? Share your views in the comments below. Let's discuss how history remembers such unique characters. And if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating dives into Chinese history and culture. Tap the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Your engagement helps us bring more such stories to light. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video where we uncover another intriguing chapter from the annals of history.